Hey guys, so welcome back to my beauty stash, or welcome if it is your first time here. Hello, my name is Steff. I would love to have you as a subscriber, so be sure to click on that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 makeup products that I never want to be without. These are 10 products that I just couldn't imagine not having in my stash. Some of these products I've had in my stash for years, and they've been repurchased time and time again. And there's a few in here that I very recently discovered, so I'm excited. These products, I rely on them. I depend on them. If I'm going away on like a week-long vacation, I know I can trust these products on my trip, even if it just means I'm taking one concealer, one setting spray, one powder. I know these are gonna get the job done that week that I'm gone, or for whatever amount of time I need to use them. You guys know, obviously, I have this YouTube channel. I try a lot of makeup. You see me try a lot of makeup. I have a lot of everything in my stash. So for me to be able to narrow it down to 10 products, 10 ride or die products, that's pretty amazing. And guys, I want you to know I use different makeup products every single day. I rarely use the same product consecutively, but there is one product I do want to give an honorable mention to, and I hope I have it here in front of me. I know I just used it, so I should have it here in front of me. It's right here. It is the Rare Beauty Mascara. I have the small size, I have the mini size. I've been loving this so much. I am wearing it right now. This is not one of the items I included in today's video, but this is my honorable mention, and I want to get it out of the way with now. I just reapplied because I'm just getting home from work, so I reapplied it. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smear, it doesn't smudge. I love the curl. I didn't curl my lashes. I don't always curl my lashes, but it's just amazing. This is with 2 coats. Mind you, I put the first coat on at about 7:30 this morning, and it's already 6 p.m. So I've been loving this mascara. I've been loving it. They do make obviously a full size, and I think I'm going to be picking up the full size during the Sephora sale. This is the mini size. I want to say this mini size is about 11 bucks and the full size is 22. But I will have it for sure linked in the description box of this video, as will I link the products that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. If you're wondering about this makeup, it will also be linked in the description box. But I want to give a shout out real quick to this amazing multi-chrome duochrome that I am wearing from Terra. I bought this little magnetic palette from Amazon, and I'll have this linked in the description box as well. But now I have a home for my Terra Fall Equinox collection. This is the shade that I am wearing right here. All I did was get it with my finger and apply it to my lid. That was it. This is the shade, let me take it out. Yeah, this one is called Tidal Flare. Really awesome. I love it. I'm wearing a little bit of the Natasha Denona Mini Nude Palette. This shade right here, that's all I have in the crease. And that's about it, and some Urban Decay eyeliner. So I will link everything that's on my face. It will be in the description box as well, and of course, everything else that I'm gonna talk about. I'm excited for today's video. I like sharing products that have worked for me for a long time, and some that I've just recently found that have been working great for my 39-year-old normal to oily skin. So if you guys wanna see what made my top 10 makeup products that I never wanna live without, keep on watching. All right, so let's get started with the only lip product that I'm going to be sharing with you. And these are going to be in no particular order. This is the Jaclyn Causemetics Matte Liquid Lipstick, specifically in the shade Gratitude. This is the shade that I'm spotlighting. This is the shade that I never want to be without in my stash. I have it on today. Now, this is a matte liquid lipstick, but I have been loving a clear gloss on top of it. And the clear gloss that I have on is this one from Tower 28. So I'll definitely link this in the description box. But this shade Gratitude, you guys have always complimented me on it, and you're always asking whenever I wear it, especially like this lipstick and gloss combo, you always ask, what's the lip color? What are you wearing? It is Jaclyn Causemetics liquid lipstick in the shade Gratitude. It's just, I bought this over the summer. I love it. I love the tone of this lipstick. I think it complements my skin tone very well. And it's obviously a nude shade, but it's a darker nude shade. At least on me, it's a darker nude shade. And I like that it still pops. It still has some color to it. So it doesn't make me look washed out at all. It is a very comfortable formula with and without the gloss. And it's a long-lasting formula as well. I bought this from the Ulta Beauty website, and they have many other shades to choose from. But Gratitude is the shade I never want to be without. All right, let's talk setting sprays now. Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Now, I've used this for a number of years. I love the mister on it. This is that very fine mist. It has a very light scent to it, but it goes away pretty quickly. I use this in several different ways. I use it right after I apply my foundation, concealer, and powder. I'll spray my face. I use this after I apply bronzer, blush, and highlighter, or sometimes before I apply the highlighter, just to make the highlighter pop. Or I use it at the end of my makeup routine once I have everything going on. I don't rely on this though to be my final setting spray, even though I will spray it after I get done with my makeup. I always like to go in with my next holy grail, which is Urban Decay All Nighter. Urban Decay All Nighter was the very first setting spray that I picked up and that I've used, and I have the original right here. And then I also recently got, a few months ago, the Ultra Glow. And I'm wearing the Ultra Glow today, and I also have the Morphe on as well. These three are awesome, and they're awesome in different ways. I love the way the Morphe just kind of helps to mesh all of the makeup products together, specifically the base products. And then of course, I love the Urban Decay setting sprays because they really lock in the makeup for all day wear. I mean, these are just phenomenal. You can use maybe the Glow one first and then go in with the regular on top. Or maybe you don't want anything to do with Glow, totally understand, just try the original. And right now they have amazing sets available. You can basically get 2 for the price of 1. So if I can find one of those sets, I think they should be like at both at Ulta and Sephora. I'll link the duo in case you wanna get one and then give one for the holidays. And Morphe also came out with a jumbo size in this continuous setting mist. I probably should get that one, but I have 2 bottles of this already, so I'm pretty well stocked on these. But these setting sprays are something that I rely on. I use them on an everyday basis. I use them when I'm not necessarily filming or doing anything like that. They're just tried and true products that are definitely always gonna have a place in my stash. Okay, next up is a powder, and I have 2 powders to share with you. So let's start first with the loose powder. This is a powder that you guys have heard me talk about time and time again. You've also seen me use it on camera, and it's something I discovered this summer. I'm late to the game, but this is the Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Loose Finishing Powder. I bought the matte and I bought the glow version. I find myself reaching for the matte way more than I do the glow, but I still like the glow. It's just that I have another product that I've been enjoying, so we'll talk about that in a second. But this particular powder just seems to work every time. This powder really goes on so smooth, or it makes my under eye area look so smooth no matter what concealer I wear. And if it doesn't, I blame the concealer. I don't blame this powder because I've used this powder with so many different concealers in my stash and it's just worked so well. The only thing I don't like about this powder is the packaging. It's kind of hard to take off, but it is a very finely milled powder. It is a white powder, but it's super, super fine. It's so lightweight. A little bit of this goes a long way. I love this on my T-zone, but for me, I especially love it under the eye area. It's fantastic. I am so glad that I bought this, and it's not expensive either. Flower Beauty is a drugstore brand. I bought this from the Ulta Beauty website. Use the Ulta coupon, take advantage of that, and add this to your stash ASAP. Now, the next powder is a very recent find, and some of you were a bit surprised that I like this powder because you've heard a lot of negative reviews about this particular product, the Huda Beauty Glowish powder. And I have the shade Fair Light. I am wearing this today, as am I wearing the Flower Beauty Miracle Matte under my eye area and on my T-zone. Let me explain how I apply this powder because I've used it in a couple different ways. I have only used it with this one brush, okay? And it's like a buffer style brush. It's on the smaller side. It's from BK Beauty, and this is the 106 brush. So I get the product, I just dip in like that, tap off any excess, and I just start buffing. And I love it right in here in this area. I do not apply this powder on my nose, but I apply it everywhere else except my nose. My nose is the oiliest place on my face, and that is the last place that I want to add glow to. Yes, I do a little bit of a nose tip highlighter and a little right between the eyebrow highlighter, but that's very subtle. That's a different kind of a glow. Guys, this powder, it does a great job, and at least on my skin it does, blurring out any imperfections, just making it look airbrushed and smooth. And this is always a very difficult place for me right here, like right under the eye area on top of the cheeks. That's where makeup tends to get cakey on me. And so when I'm trying out a new concealer, foundation, powder, I'm gonna know if that little trio works, if they're friends with each other, by how it looks on this area. And oftentimes, you know, I'll try a powder with a new concealer and it starts just getting cakey and it starts emphasizing texture. The Flower Beauty powder doesn't do that. This powder doesn't do that. This powder just smooths and blurs, and it does have a little bit of coverage to it. I think that's what I like even more about it, is that I feel like I'm getting a little bit of extra coverage. Maybe I'm wearing a very light foundation today, which today I am. I'm wearing a stick foundation. It's the one from Merit Beauty, and this is more on the light to bordering medium coverage of foundation. But I buffed this Glowish powder after I applied my cream bronzer, which I have a cream bronzer in my top 10 list today. We'll get to that in a second. But I also use this product like right after I've applied the loose setting powder on my T-zone and under my eye area. I'll buff this all over my skin, not on my nose, and then I'll go in with powder, blush, highlighter. Or how I mentioned I did today, I applied this right after I did the bronzer. I didn't go over the bronzer with this. I mean, you can if you went in a little heavy-handed and you want to diminish the look of the bronzer, or you can apply it after you get done with your bronzer and blush, and maybe you're going to allow this to be your highlighter. So kind of just focus it on this area wherever you would normally place your highlighter. There's many different ways you can use it, and there's really no right or wrong way. It's just finding a way that it's gonna look great on you and your skin. I love this product. Like this product is what I think I've been wanting for a long time. Guys, I love this product. I am so glad that I decided to pick it up, and I didn't pick it up right away. I didn't pick it up on its initial release date. I think I waited about a week and a half later, and I got this and I got the blush, which I've also been loving the blush as well. But man, this is a winner. This, I can tell you right now, is making my best of 2021 list. I am so happy with this Huda Beauty Glowish. Out of all of the things in the Glowish line, this is definitely my favorite. If you can get the brush, get this BK Beauty 106 brush. It's a killer combo. Love, love, love this so, so much. Next, let's talk about mascara. So honorable mention went out to the new Rare Beauty mascara, but right now, and I discovered this year, it was early on this year. I want to say this was like in April this year, and this is not a new product by any means, but the Thrive Causemetics mascara. Oh, I love this so much. I love this so much. I had never used a tubing mascara. This was my first experience, hands down. Love it. I love The length, I mean, and I do have length to my lashes. I've been an avid REVITALASH user for the last 3 years, but I like the amplified length it provides my lashes. I love the separation, especially. That is what I want. I want separation. I want voluminous lashes. I can take care of the length. Me and REVITALASH, we got the length covered. What I want from my mascara is that separation and volume, and this does it amazingly well. No flaking. I mean, this is easily a holy grail mascara that I never want to be without. There's a nice weight to it. It's not cheap by any means, and the full name of this is called Liquid Lash Extensions Mascara. What it does with the tubing mascara, it tubes your lashes to where it really isn't going to flake and smear on you throughout the day. When you get ready to remove it at the end of the day, that's when you need to take like your oil-based cleanser or your makeup remover balm, get a little bit on your fingertips and lightly start rubbing your eye. You're gonna feel it flaking off. And it's a very unusual way that it comes off. I'm used to using like a micellar water just to take off my mascara. This one, I go more for an oil-based cleanser or a cleansing balm. I find it works out better that way. And then even with the water, once you start rubbing your lashes between your fingertips, it's just gonna kind of crumble and come off. It's just amazing. I love this so, so much. I highly recommend checking this one out. If you haven't already, they say like there's a statistic on this that like 1,000 are sold every 2 seconds or something like that. It's a very popular mascara. It's not new to the market by any means, but it's new to me because I think I discovered this. It was like March or April when I discovered this, along with the concealer and powder. I'll have that video linked up above because I did do a wear test, but those are the only 3 Thrive Causemetics products that I have in my stash, and I've been enjoying all 3, this mascara in particular. All right, now let's talk about concealer. And I'm gonna mention 2 different concealers, but I'm mentioning these 2 because for me, they perform identically. I feel like they're dupes for one another, even though one is like $2 cheaper than the other, but they're both considered high-end concealers. And I'm talking about these beauties right here. And I have done, did I do a comparison? I have done a comparison, yes. This is the Dior Forever Skin Correct. This has been in my stash longer. And then this is the new Lancome Tint Idole All Cover Concealer. In the Dior, I use the shade 1N. And in the Lancome, I use the shade 110. So very similar in shade, very similar in consistency, very similar in coverage. Like, I know I'm almost finishing this one up, so I probably won't repurchase the Dior right away just because this, in my opinion, is like almost identical to it. These concealers are awesome. These are your one and done concealers. Under eye area, spot concealing, highlighting, use it as a foundation even. These concealers are awesome. Amazing coverage. They just wear so beautifully on textured skin, fine lines, acne. They cover so well and it lasts. That coverage lasts all day long. I do recommend setting it. Like, I spot conceal right here on the sides of my cheeks. That's where I have my old acne scars and a little bit of discoloration. And so whenever I spot conceal right here, I always make sure to do a light dusting, a setting powder. And then of course I go in with bronzer, powder, highlighter. And I've never really had an issue with losing coverage right here on the sides of my cheeks whenever I do spot conceal, and these are fantastic. I don't think you need both of them. I would just pick one, maybe find the brand that has the best shade match. And for these, I like it to be almost identical to my skin tone because I'm gonna spot conceal with them. And you don't want to use, like, if you're gonna spot conceal, you want to use a concealer that's gonna be more of your skin tone instead of a brightening one or one that's lighter. Reserve that for the under eye area use. You don't want to brighten, you don't want to highlight your blemish, you want to conceal it. So always try and get a concealer that matches your skin tone. These are fantastic to check out. You can buy them both at Sephora, or you can get the Dior at Sephora and the Lancome at Ulta, or any department store really. They would probably have them both. Love them to pieces. So happy I have them. Now let's talk about bronzer, and the cream bronzer that I am wearing today that I've been loving for a little over a year now is the one from Soul Body. This is the Face and Body Bronzing Balm in the shade Light. This has a little bit of a scent to it. It reminds me of the beach. It's like a little tropical scent, but it's not something that's going to be lasting on your skin. It's going to diminish rather quickly after you apply, but this just goes on so well. It's seamless. It's easy to blend out. I love this bronzer. I love this bronzer so much. Was this my first cream bronzer? I think this was actually, no, I think this was like the second or third cream bronzer that I tried. I was never really into cream bronzer. It's been about like maybe a little over a year that I've been into cream bronzer and stuff like that. So I've always used powder, but this one was just an amazing find and it's so affordable. I want to say this is like 12 bucks. Guys, I use this quite a bit and I still haven't even like hit pan on it. I do have a dent in there. I am wearing it today. It's a bronzer that even if I get a tan, it's still gonna look great. And it just lasts so well. Like I have coverage, I have color all day long when I wear this. Sometimes I'll go in with a powder bronzer on top, sometimes, but for the most part, I don't. Like today, I didn't. So it still looks pretty good. I'm happy with the coverage I have. And this is just one that I'm so glad I decided to buy. I have the liquid version. The liquid came out, I think it came out in June or July of this year. And I did do a video on it. So I'll have it linked up above if you want to check that out. I love that one, by the way. And I love their foundation as well. Soul Body is a really good sister brand to ColourPop. And if you haven't checked any of their products out, highly recommend that you do. Even Fourth Ray Beauty. Fourth Ray Beauty is another sister brand to ColourPop. That's the skincare brand. And I always use that BFD cleansing oil. That works fantastic and it's super affordable. This is definitely something, if you're going to be ordering from ColourPop very soon, you know they have amazing Black Friday deals. I would add this to your cart because I don't think you'll be disappointed. And last but not least, a brow product. This is a brow product, and if you watched my last video, my rebuy or goodbye, my empties video, you saw I had 3 of them already emptied. I had used them up, and I'm talking about the IT Causemetics Brow Power. I have a new one right here, unopened. I use the shade Universal Taupe in this product, and I am wearing it today. Now, this is not the only brow product that I use. What I do is I start by outlining, just getting my shape together and kind of just filling in a little bit, and then I go in with a brow pen. So I've been enjoying the Juvia's Place one. I have the NYX Lift and Snatch. I have the ABH brow pen. I have the Milani Weekend Brow. That's the one I'm actually wearing today. I'm wearing the Milani Weekend Brow and this pencil. And it's a great combo. I'm just really into trying brow pens. I've been enjoying the ColourPop one as well. It's a very fine, like little brush tip applicator, and it's just really easy for making these like hair-like strokes. But this is always the base to my brows, and you have a spoolie on one end, which I like that you have the cap to cover it, and then you have the product on the other. Now, this product started out with just being available in one shade. Universal Taupe. That was the only shade they made. They have since branched out to create a few more shades. I want to say there could be 3 or 4 shades available now, but the reason why they only started out with one shade, and you may or may not agree with me on this, it's because the amount of pressure determines the color that you get. So if you go in light-handed, you get a really light wash of color, whereas if you press harder, it deepens up. Okay, so you can clearly see there are 2 different shades there. So depending on your pressure, that is going to be the color that you get, and obviously how many times you keep going over it. For those of you who are blessed with naturally full brows, this might be your one and done product. For those of you like me who need Revita Brow, because I've been using Revita Brow and I've gotten amazing results with it, I need something that's going to help me fill in, and I also need a pen to help me draw those little hair-like strokes. This brow product from It Cosmetics, it's bulletproof. It doesn't budge if I'm at the beach. It doesn't budge if I'm running a 5K, if I'm working out, if I'm just walking to the car in this South Texas heat and humidity. It stays on and I love it. Guys, this is the product that I've used the longest. And I want to say I've used this product for about 8 years. It's been repurchased time and time again. And I usually buy them from QVC when they have a 3-pack available. If that's available, I'm going to link that in the description box of this video. That way you can take advantage of that. The other day, Ulta had these at half off. So I ended up buying 2, hence why I have this one in the box. I'm not ready to open it just yet, but they're amazing. This is a brow product that I never want to be without. All right, guys. So that wraps up my top 10 list. Top 10 makeup products that I don't ever want to run out of. I'll always have a backup of them on hand. These are just items that work for me. They work for me and my 39-year-old normal to oily skin. Like I mentioned, some I've had in my stash for years upon years, and some, like the Huda Beauty Glowish powder, are very recent finds. But I want to hear from you now. What are some of your holy grail products that you just can't imagine not having in your stash, or you can't imagine not doing your makeup without these products? Leave it in the comments down below. I also want to do a video like this, but with skincare, because I definitely have some skincare products and tools. I'm going to include tools in that video that I definitely want to share with you, get your thoughts on, see if maybe those are some of your favorites as well. But by all means, guys, let me know your thoughts on today's video. Are some of these products your holy grails? Sound off in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. Look, almost done with mine. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.